Hi everybody, my name is Dawn of Embracing Dawn, and this is a timeless reading for Gemini. So Gemini, we are going to get started. Before I do, I just want to say this is being recorded during a second full moon in 1 month, and that full moon is in Taurus. There's too many there. So if you have a Taurus moon sign or rising sign, this will be especially powerful for you. And if it is that you're watching this during a full moon energy window again, when you come upon this, then it'll be especially powerful as well. So we have number 25. This is a Divine Guidance High Fractal Energy card that's going to give us sort of where you're heading to. And then we'll pull another oracle and we'll pull some tarot to flesh out the message. So number 25 is cellular healing. Gemini, each cell within our body is a unique individual organism, and each cell has memory. You have drawn this card because there are changes taking place on a cellular level. The vibrant green energy surrounding the cell in the image denotes healing, either of a physical or energetic nature. If it's on an energetic level, the healing energy moving through you is helping to release old cellular memories that your body is holding. On the physical level, you can expect to feel more energized and renewed as your body returns to its natural state of health. So what that means, Gemini, is we store our emotions and our experiences and everything that happens with us in the cells of our body, and our cells have memory. And so when you go through life and you have things like what we call triggers that come up where, let's say you're in a relationship and something happens with this new person that triggers something that used to happen with another person with a negative outcome. Even though this new person doing the same type of thing isn't coming from the same headspace or energetic space or emotional space, it will trigger for you that defensive response because your cellular memory around that kind of thing is connected to that previous experience. So as we heal and grow physically, mentally, emotionally, cellularly, spiritually, all the ways, it clears up the cells. And things are lifted, things are transmuted, and those old things are, they're lifted off and they're gone. You've been able to transmute that energy and release it and let it go. So then the body physically takes more time to realign all of the cells. There's more room for light energy. There's more room for the joy and the growth, because you don't have those same triggers anymore. So Gemini, this is a time for you for great release. And with this being a full moon energy, full moon is about things coming to their fruition, things coming to their full manifestation. And it's also a time for us to allow things to be let go that need to be let go in order for us to become bigger, better, stronger, right? So let's see what archetype you're going to be working with in this next cycle. Archetypes are patterns of behavior, and we all experience them in human form. They represent types of people, is a way to say it, but we always are faced with moving through that archetype ourselves, or that someone else is representing what that pattern of behavior is. And each one has a light attribute and a shadow attribute. And the goal is, of course, to master it in its light attribute, right? Okay, so we've got Prince here. The light attribute is romantic charm and potential for power through that authentic charm. So it's not money grubbing, authoritative power. It's a natural, graceful, thing that you exude. And in its shadow attribute, it's using power for self-aggrandizement. So it's using it for your own benefit. It's, using people, playing on their emotions, playing on their financial situation, it's using it, your power is not for good, the charm for not good. So either this is representing you and you're working through this, and healing on this cellular level, or this represents one or more others in your life that perhaps are in the shadow aspect of this, and it's time for you to do some healing because you've had some experiences around someone not using that prince archetype, and this could be male or female or any identity, but that other is not using it for its highest, from its highest place of integrity, for its highest good. Okay, so let's get some tarot out. We've got 2, and then we will just cut for the rest. Okay, so these are the first 2 that came out. Very fascinating. Okay, so you've got 2 major arcana, 3 major arcana that have come up right away. Okay, and water. All right, what would the next one out be? Shells again. Okay, so we may include that as well. All right, so in terms of your cellular healing, your physical healing, your energetic healing that's taking place, this new alignment that's going to happen, somehow connected into this, the archetype of the prince, you know, using your charm from this authentic space and, you know, with integrity, where it gives you that personal sense of power, but it also empowers others because it's authentic and true, as opposed to using it from its shadow attribute, which is, you know, someone who's just being schmoozy to gain what it is that they want to gain from it, and it's not about what you want. So the first thing that comes out here is the shaman, number 5, which would be the Hierophant in regular tarot. And this is about divine wisdom and spiritual power. And this was in its turned position, which means that you've been shut off from your divine wisdom and your spiritual power for some time. And it's time for that to end. But under this influence, you've had some triggers, you know, for those Gemini that are connecting with this. It won't be the same for everyone. You know, you may not all connect with this, but the prince is pretty universal, and we all undergo cellular healing on some level all the time, you know. But this is around you not being in tune. You haven't been in tune with your divine source, with your higher self, you know, with your spiritual self. You've been disconnected from that for some time. And then we've got the Hermit, contemplation and wisdom following that. And that was also in its turned position. And that is all about meditation, solitude, you know, this contemplation and gaining wisdom. So with that being turned, you know, you're opening up now. You've had a block where you've maybe been withdrawn, where perhaps you've been in some kind of a loving relationship, or maybe not so loving, a primary romantic relationship with someone, or more than someone, depending on your lifestyle. And you've, you know, maybe you've discovered that that person is not acting from the light attribute. They're acting more from the shadow. And that's made you feel less than, and that's made you withdraw. You know, perhaps you've withdrawn from others, you've withdrawn your love, you've withdrawn from relationships maybe even, and you've been on your own for a while, you know. Perhaps it is that you are in union with someone, and it's not been feeling right. It's been more and more feeling like you're closed off, and you're isolated, and you're less than, and you don't have the same level of joy and the same level of lightness that you used to have together, you know. And that's that cellular buildup of all the stuff. Because when we stop talking, when we stop communicating with each other from that place of love, you know, then that creates blockages as well. And then we've got our 3rd out of 6 cards, Major Arcana, which speaks to major life events, and this is the Tower. And this is about release and revelation. So the Tower moment, usually when it comes in, it's something that comes in and shakes things up. And it's not just a little shake up, it tends to be a bit of a big shake up. Like, you know, a relationship that is nearing its end, or it's time to sever ties with someone, whether that be romantic, emotional, friendship, platonic, whatever that is. Could be with your job, with where you live, the lifestyle you're living. But there's a tower moment where things sort of seem to fall apart, but really you're breaking through, because in that tower moment, once things are revealed, all the pieces are there and they're scattered about. That's when you really get to see the things you've missed, you know, because when we're in these romantic, and this feels like it's a romantic relationship connection. I don't get these often, but this definitely feels like that. So when you're in these romantic connections, you know, you establish these patterns of behavior with each other, and whether it really aligns with who you are or not, as soon as you sort of begin to fall into that pattern, that becomes a way of being within the connection in the relationship. And it still doesn't serve you. It still feels squishy. It still feels wrong, but you continue with it, and it plays itself, you know, out. But then what happens is you reach this point. You reach this place where you realize, if you're the one that's sort of in the receiving end of the shadow aspect, where someone's, you know, using their charm, using their wiles, convincing you to stay, maybe trying to buy your love, you know, but wants to restrict you in other ways. Like you're just feeling like you're not able to be everything that you can be, and it's crossing boundaries and you're feeling squishy. You reach a point where it's enough, and you know it's enough, and you feel it's enough, and something's got to happen. And it's this tower moment where maybe now you're realizing you need to get reconnected with who you are and what makes your heart sing. And you need to get reconnected with others that see you authentically for who you really are. And it's time to let go of this, you know, this baggage and this cellular memories of this, perhaps this relationship, but perhaps others as well from the past that have impacted, and it's just sort of layered and layered and layered on top of itself, you know, for a period of time. And it's time to break through that, and you're going to break through that, because this is about midpoint through our cycle here. You're going to break through that with this tower moment, and you'll know it when it comes. And then we've got the Queen of Shells here, and that would be the Queen of Cups. And she's all about peace and compassion and emotionally nurturing and intuitive and sensitive. So you may have this queen coming in that could be a water sign. So it could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. This is a very strong feminine energy, but it can be any identity. But the energy within this person and this card is very much a feminine energy. And this person could be the one that's going to come in and nurture you and help support you, give you some guidance, you know, in terms of that loving, nurturing way, give you the guidance and hold the space to be able to release these memories and release this, you know, these triggers and this past stuff. This person could also be coming in to help you see what you didn't see before because you were blocked off, you know. So keep your eye out for this feminine who will be coming. And again, it doesn't have to be female, but it's definitely someone who's very much in tune to their divine feminine energy within themselves, okay? So then following that, we've got the Eight of Shells, which would be the Eight of Cups. So that's the key words here are quest and renewal. Sometimes that can mean that, you know, you're going to go on a quest, you're going to travel, you're actually going to leave your space and go somewhere else. It could also be that it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to abandon this one thing or let this one thing go in order to allow for bigger, better things to come into your space, you know. And this is emotionally based. This is all around the feels, right? So this could be this situation is no longer serving you. You're now seeing your worth. You're seeing that there's healing that wants to take place. It's time for that to happen. And so this feminine may come in, this energy of the queen, may come in and just help you to realize that it's time to put yourself first, Gemini, and it's time to release that old stuff in order to clear yourself, your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body, your spiritual body, and bring more light and love into your life. So following this Eight of Shells, we've got the Ace of Shells, which would be the Ace of Cups, which would be a new offering of love, which would be a new beginning with happiness and abundance. So see, the cards just played out beautifully here, Gemini. You've got this where you've been closed off, you've been shelled in, you've been maybe meditating or maybe just hiding. You know, you've got something where something you needed to learn, and then this Tower moment comes. You've got the Queen here to support you in this Tower moment, and then you've come through. You're going to make a decision about where it is you feel you need to be, deserve to be, want to be, desire to be. And then you've got this beautiful unfolding of possibly a brand new love offering that's just waiting to come in as soon as you get realigned, you know, and aligned anew. You're going to vibrate differently. You're going to vibrate higher. You're going to be more clear. And the universe is going to get that message that that's what you want in your life. And it's going to call that energy and bring someone or more than someone in, more than one, depends on your lifestyle, who's going to better align with you, better line up and match with you. And it's just going to feel so much better and so much more authentic because they're going to see you for who you are. And this could even be someone that, you know, perhaps it is this Queen energy. Perhaps this is that person that is going to help you to transmute this energy, but also show you, you know, this is what real love's about. Like, this is what is possible. This is what it can be without an agenda, you know, without there being a bigger me, little you sort of thing going on. It could totally be that as well. It'll be different for everyone. So we're going to draw some feather energy. One already popped out, so we'll take a second one. And please just take a moment to click like and subscribe for me if you could. I'd love to build my channel and grow and share with others as well. Thank you. So the one that popped out is Bluebird. You're being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace. See that? You've got the abundance, you've got the happiness, the new beginnings, the peace, the Queen of Shells here. You've got that totally available to you with the light energy of, you know, the light attribute of this charm. So there's this deep healing that you're going through, and I think a lot of it is cellular. And it's just going to bring you to this place that is so much better than where you've been, you know, just so much better. And sometimes we don't know that until we're out of something and we see it from that distance. Then we can really see it for what it was. You know, we may have thought that it was the bee's knees and everything was the best that you could ever get. And then you come out of it and you see not so much, you know. The other one that you've got is White Eagle. The connection to divine guidance is within you. So that's about your being blocked before, about your not being connected with source, about your ignoring your intuition, ignoring the messages that you've been getting, you know, your little nigglings in your mind, little questioning things that you would dismiss from yourself, or you would be a little bit gaslighted by this person or these people to convince you that you were just thinking things, making things up, that it wasn't the truth, you know. Well, it is the truth, definitely. Okay, and that one doesn't align up. So that was definitely the truth. So, you know, this is your time to really experience a big uplift, you know, a big releasement of things that have been holding you down and making you feel heavy. And it may be that there are physically people in your life that, or one person that's been contributing to that, you know, and now is your time to really see it for what it is. You're going to have that moment and things are going to be revealed for you. And you're also going to have the support. You know, you will definitely have the support through this Queen at the very, very least, but also from your source energy. So tap in, listen to your gut, listen to that, because it's talking to you for a reason. It's your spirit self trying to communicate with you. All right, so one fell out, my most favorite one ever, and then another, and they happen to be sequential. Look at that. 43 is owl spirit. You see clearly now. We're going to put that right there over top your tower moment with the queen, because you're going to see things much more clearly than you've seen things in the past, Gemini. That is for sure. It's going to give you new clarity. And then 44, right after it, 43, 44, Panther spirit, reclaim your power. So you've definitely, we're going to put that here. No, here with the change in direction. It's definitely time to reclaim your power. It's definitely time to realize your own worth, Gemini. And for those of you connecting to this, whatever this situation was, it's kind of poopy. It's not the best situation. It might not be volatile. It might not be something where your immediate health is at risk, you know, your safety. It could be something that's more of a slow burn. It's more psychological, more emotional, that kind of thing. But, you know, it's all damaging. It's all not good. It's all not for the highest good for you or for anybody else. And you're going to see, that. You're going to see that situation. You're going to be able to know what it is, and you're going to be able to transmute that knowledge into some real wisdom and learn to stand in your own power again with joy. And you're going to clear up a lot of that cellular junk that's made you feel very heavy and very less than for what feels like it's been some time. You know, so I wish you all the best, Gemini, and please give me some feedback if this connects to you, and let me know how this unfolds whenever you come across this. And I'm hoping for this good outcome. You know, I would love to hear about that. And remember to just live big and shine your light bright, because Gemini, you absolutely matter. Until next time.